morning, everyone. I'm Reverend I like that. It sounds like I'm in church. I'm Reverend Darrell Gray. I am the Civic Engagement Coordinator for the Baptist Ministers Union, and I'm a member of the St. Louis Workers' Rights Board. Today we come together to support workers at Blue Circle Rehab and Nursing who have taken a bold step of holding a one-day unfair labor practice strike. Our brothers and sisters at Blue Circle and other healthcare facilities across the nation have been battling a deadly disease for more than 18 months. They have been forced to make impossible decisions, have had to stay away from their families and friends out of fear for their health and for their safety, and have had to watch as their friends and coworkers succumb to COVID-19. It's beyond time that frontline healthcare workers receive the respect, the protection, and the pay that they deserve. All right. Workers deserve their seat. All right now. It's all right to clap. Now it's all in the church they say if you agree, you say amen. On the street, if you agree, you can clap. Right. Workers deserve a seat at the table and a voice in the decisions impacting their health and their safety while on the job. They deserve employers who prioritize workplace safety and proper PPE, safe staffing, and safety protocols. And they deserve more than the minimum wage and the right to maintain their union. Here at Blue Circle, frontline workers represent SEIU Healthcare and have been calling on owners for a new contract, one that includes respect, protection, and pay that workers deserve. Now, they have offered numerous fair proposals that put the voices and the concerns of workers first, proposals that raise wages, proposals that provide affordable health care, proposals that form safety committees to protect workers from COVID and other deadly diseases. So today, frontline workers from Blue Circle walk out in protest to hold a one-day unfair labor practice strike and demand the respect and protection and pay that they deserve. We're going to ask one of today's strikers, Lamar, to come and introduce himself and to tell his story. Lamar Young.
How you all doing today?
Well, I'm doing all right.
My name is Lamar Young. I've currently been working here for over 20 years. They just took it over 2 years ago. We haven't received any raises.
That's not right. That ain't right.
Our insurance is not valid. And I'm just going to get right to the point about me and my family co-workers. We overworked, always short. We need this company to participate because big corporations constantly, all the time, work off the 1% of the population of all of the people. And we need our justice, and we need our respect, and we need it right now.
In that order. We're very happy to have today, and it's important that our elected officials are involved, that they are paying attention and that they're here. This particular alderman in this ward, he pays attention and he hears. Thank you so much today, Alderman, and we're going to ask Alderman James Page from the 5th Ward if he would come and address you.
Good morning. Good morning. I am honored to be out here on the picket line with my brothers and sisters of SEIU. Healthcare workers, many of whom live right in the 5th Ward and the 3rd Ward where we stand today. As a former union member myself, I stand with my brothers and sisters who have put their lives on the line for the last 18 months or so. It is time that we respect, protect, and pay our healthcare workers as they deserve to be respected protected, and paid. We are here today to stand up for what? For a seat at the table, for a voice in the decisions impacting our health and safety while on the job, to be heard as we fight for workplaces and economies that work for everyone, for safe workplaces, for paid time off if we experience side effects as a result of doing our jobs. We are here to stand up for workplace safety, for proper PPE, safe staffing, and safety protocols. We are here to stand up for workers' safety officers created by the city, and yes, I do support those positions, and at the county level to ensure that all healthcare worker voices are heard and safety regulations are enforced. Lastly, we are here to stand up. Did I hear you say? Stand up. Did I hear it again? Stand up. One more time. Stand up. We are here to demand job, wage, and economic security for every healthcare worker so that we can provide for our families with dignity. We are here to stand up. Stand up. One more time. Last time. Stand up. To demand a minimum wage of at least $15 an hour. And for the right to form a union free of interference from employers for every worker. Instead of respecting their workers, it's come to my attention that Blue Circle has chosen unfair labor practices, and this is not acceptable. Thank you.
Thank you, Alderman Page, for joining us today. It's important that we remember why we're here, to demand respect, to demand protection, and to demand better pay for the workers. And we want to make sure also, I'm sure most of you are members of churches, mosques, synagogues, centers, whatever. Talk to your pastor, your faith leader. They need to be out here with you. They need to be out here. More clergy need to be out here. We're hoping by the end of the day, we can encourage more clergy to show up. I know I'll be back here at 4. Hopefully I'll bring at least 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 with me when I come back. I'd like to introduce another Blue Circle worker to share her story, Renee Martin. Renee, please share with us.
Thank you. Good morning. I'm Renee Martin. I've been a CNA since 2004, and I've been at Blue Circle over a year. What I want to say is since I've been a CNA, I never in my life had to go through this. This is the first time. And right here, we have very poor management, very, very poor management. I never thought I was gonna go on strike. Because the owner, he have 3 facilities. And this is the worst one he have. And since this the worst one, he treating us bad. He not giving us what we want. His other 2 facilities, they good. But here, because the environment that this place is, that's why he giving us the stuff that he giving us. And and the residents come first, no matter what. They come first. Long as they have bodies in that building, they ain't worried about nothing. We always short of staff, always. Since I've been here, I'm the last one standing. Since I've been here over a year, I'm the last one standing. Everybody else is gone. because how they treating us. Me personally, I love my residents. I take good care of all my residents. I clean, change, feed, I do everything I'm supposed to do. But Blue Circle don't appreciate nothing that I do. Because if they did, they give me what I want. They give me what I want. And I love this place, but we don't have no communication. The front office, the management, they don't talk to us at all. We have to find out on our own. We have to look through charts. We have to do everything we're supposed to. I'm thinking we come in, we supposed to get a report. We don't get nothing. So, I mean, I say these is my peoples because I take care of them. They ain't worrying about that money that they getting paid. They ain't giving us nothing. So, me, I want money. I want everything I could get from out of Blue Circle. So I'm standing on my 2 feet and I'm standing for justice. I want mine.
Please understand how hard it is. How hard it is for people who go on strike. It's not a simple, easy decision. And when people talk about she needs her money, she just wants to get paid what she deserves. And that's what it is. When you're caring for people, and everybody can't do what folk in that building do. Everybody can't do it. And there's a lot of folk that won't do it. And so I was going to look at my notes. They gave me some notes to introduce the mayor. And I smiled. Anybody that knows Mayor Tishaura Jones knows her commitment to people, particularly the least of these. Anybody that knows Mayor Tishaura Jones knows her commitment to civil rights, to human rights, to workers' rights. Anybody that knows Mayor Tishaura Jones knows that she's going to be, as we say in the movement, always 10 toes in when it comes to responding to the needs of people. And she'll tell you, I'm from St. Louis, born and raised. She said, only mayor in the history?
No, in 20 years.
In 20 years to live on the north side and to stay on the north side.
Wow, that's right.
So this is important. I'm going to say this is her hood. This is her family, SEIU, organized labor. You are her family. And so we want to hear from our mayor, Mayor Tishaura Jones.
Good morning. Good morning. If we don't get it, shut it down. If we don't get it, shut it down. If we don't get it, shut it down. I'm sorry that I used to be a cheerleader, y'all. So good morning. Good morning. I'm honored to stand here beside you again because I was out here with you when it was cold outside. Out here to stand along the brave workers for SEIU Healthcare Missouri, Kansas, nursing home workers who are on strike and getting into good trouble because you want good wages, a fair contract, and a brighter future for your families. I'm glad to stand out here with so many allies like my good friend and frat brother, Reverend Darrell Gray. Fifth Ward Alderman James Page. Show Me 15, Jobs with Justice, and more. There's no better way to lead into the Labor Day weekend than to have a good action. Can I get an amen? Over the past 18 months, our country has asked essential workers to keep our economy running. While millions worked safer from home, essential workers headed in day after day to put their health on the line, to care for others. I understand how important these jobs are. As I told you when we were here, when it was cold outside, what was that, February, Lenny? That I lost my last living uncle in a nursing home to COVID-19. And for months, nursing home workers have been on the front lines taking care of our loved ones. And it's time to make sure they are protected, respected, and paid what they are worth. What they're asking for isn't outrageous. What they're asking for isn't unattainable. They're asking for a living wage. We shouldn't have to do this to ask for a living wage. We shouldn't have to do this to ask for safe staffing levels. We shouldn't have to do this to ask for basic PPE. $15 is what working families need. That's just the floor. Let's set the stage here. $15 is just the floor of what our workers need. And I know it's possible because when I was treasurer, I did it. I was one of the first elected officials in the region to raise my minimum wage to $15 an hour. And guess what happened? Everything didn't shut down. Everybody followed suit. They followed a black woman's lead. So I've stood with you before and I'll stand with you always because I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for SEIU. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Fight for 15. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the activists in the streets. Our city is stronger when everybody can put food on the table and keep a roof over their heads. So as we approach Labor Day, we reflect on all of the victories unions have won for us. Being off on the weekend for some, 40-hour work week and more. But it's powerful movements and actions like this that remind us of how much further we have to go. And it's black and brown working families in SEIU in the Fight for 15 at a union who are leading the way for a fair economy that works for everyone, no matter the color of your skin, who you worship, what zip code you live in. And nursing home workers just want a fair deal and a fair shot. This is incredibly hard work, and they should be rewarded for the work that they do to take care of our loved ones. It's time for Blue Circle to stand up. Stand up. It's time for Blue Circle to stand up. Stand up. And for those of you who are like, why is the mayor out here, ragging on companies? Well, if you're going to do wrong, I'm going to talk about you. Come on. And this is wrong. It's time to treat our frontline workers with dignity and respect and pay them what they're worth. God bless you. Thank you.
Very, very rare a public servant, a mayor who keeps their word. Mayor Tishaura Jones continues to keep her word to the people who put her in office, but she's also makes sure that she represents all the people of this city. And it's interesting when she says, somebody may ask the question, why is she out here ragging on a company? The mayor's made it very clear, if you're going to do business in St. Louis, do business right. There you go. Treat your people right. Treat your people right. So while today's unfair labor practice strike may end at 7 p.m., our fight will not. Blue Circle needs to understand that the strike might be today. It may end at 7, but we'll continue to call them out. We'll continue to expose them. We'll continue to shake the tree. We'll continue to fight for respect, for protection, and pay for all Missouri nursing homes and hospitals and home care workers. You deserve it. And then finally, it's important. I know Lamar stood up, and he's the tallest thing out here. But most of the folk are black women. Most of them are black women, older black women, younger black women, single black women. Most of them are women. You think about that. You think about it. In our correctional institutions, 90%, the COs, black women. Black women continue to hold up our community. They continue to lead and guide our community. And we're prepared, black men, to let you continue to do what you have been doing since we've existed. So we thank Mayor Jones for what she continues to do. Now I think, Lenny, somebody's gonna lead the questions. We're gonna, if you have any, now all of the easy questions I'll answer. And all of the difficult questions, Mayor Jones and Alderman Page will answer. I think that's the way we have it set up. Any questions? Anyone? Yes, Mayor? Lynn?
Yeah, so the reason this is an unfair labor practice strike is because normally in bargaining, both sides have to come to the table with a plan to come to agreement. This company hasn't. The last time they made an offer on the table was back in January, so since January they have not changed their position where we have. And their wage proposal is no increases over the life of the agreement unless the minimum wage goes up. So the only, over a 3-year agreement, the only wage increase that's going to happen is when the minimum wage goes up to $12 an hour in 2023. That ain't right. That ain't right. No, number one. Number two, no proposal on health insurance. When they came in and bought this place up, workers lost their insurance. No, they have no proposal on insurance. They're given like life insurance, and they think that's health insurance, right? So no proposal there.
That ain't right. That ain't right.
That-
Right.
This facility, and Renee can attest to this, this facility is run by agency workers. They can't get enough staff, so they bring in temporary agency workers over and over. We've asked for information about what are they paying those temp agencies, how much temp agencies, they've refused to give that information, so a refusal to give information when we're in bargaining, that's an unfair labor practice charge. And so that's, all this builds up into the same thing. This is a company that doesn't respect their workers to have a right to have a union, and refuse to bargain in good faith. Blue Circle Nursing Home. Yeah, so the owner is Mendel Brecker out of New York. He owns 3 facilities here. He has a couple of, it's like it's some ownership groups just buy up homes and do what they think they want to do. So they own Chestnut out in the county, and then another nursing home in Valley Park. So they acquired those nursing homes around the same time. So yeah, our message here is get to the table. We're ready to bargain in good faith. We have been doing it all along. It's time for them to step up and do the same thing.
Right. Right.
Are there any other questions? If there are no other questions, thank you very much. We know the mayor is going to have to leave in about 20 minutes or so, but we appreciate you being here. Once again, the strike may end at 7, but we'll continue to show up. Thank you.